right, it is Tuesday, July 16, 2019, and we just got some more wrestling last night, so that means I'm back to give you my thoughts on the wrestling and everything else that's going on in the wrestling world. Feels good to be back into the swing of things. Watched the entire Raw last night, and I mean, there were moments where I thought about jumping off the bridge. I'm not going to lie, there were some down moments, but there were some very good moments in Raw last night as well. So we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the indifferent, but I want to start the show by saying, what's up, mother truckers? How you doing? I see Fake Ass Twat. I see Garth Osteen PJs. And by the way, anybody who's watching on delay right now, maybe you're like, why does he talk to the chat so much? Because I'm a live streamer, guys. If you want the full Dead on Dave experience, you want to be here live with me each and every single day. Now, right now, because some of the things that I got to do in my personal life, the times may swing around and vary a little bit. And I do apologize for that, but we're going to try and get more stable with the time real soon. But I'm kind of digging this 2 o'clock time. A little bit later in the day, give people a little bit more of a chance to get up in here. I kind of dig it. So let me know what you think of this 2 o'clock start time, 1:30, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I kind of digs it. And it gives me time to be able to go to Twitch afterwards as well, which is the plan today, as long as I don't want to saw my back in half. Anyway, enough of the Dead on Dave ailments for today. We're going to get into the good wrestling stuff. But one more quick thing. I am officially a Connecticut. Yes, I got my Connecticut State ID today. I wasn't going to get one, and I kind of needed it for a couple things, but I didn't need it, but I kind of needed it. So I was like, screw it, I'll go ahead and get it. And I got it, and I'm digging it. It's good stuff. So cool things, but yeah, it beat me up. I'm not going to lie. It beat me up, boy. Oof. Standing in line, and I stood the entire time. All the seats were taken. Nobody wants to get up for a veteran? Come on, man, I'm on a cane. I know, I wouldn't have sat down anyway. I'm just being a dick at this point. But I'm broken off, so I'm sorry if I'm in a little bit of pain. I do apologize for that, but I'm going to push through it. We're going to give you the best thing that we got. I see Carl G, Fake PG, Garth, Sleeping Angels. I see all you guys. By the way, Fake Ass Twat, once again, updating the graphics, getting the thumbnail up. Make sure you give him some love and some suck. He's a good kid doing good work, and he doesn't get paid. So, I mean, there you go. Yeah. I start making money, he starts making money. Everybody makes some money. Well, not really, because I still like $1. Here's $1. Anyways, regardless, let's start with what's most on my mind at the moment, and that would be Finn Balor. Now, yesterday, I sat here and I weaved a pretty improbable web. I went into great detail on what I think is going on with Finn Balor, and a couple people in the chat thought I was looking into things a little bit too much, thought I was acting a little bit crazy with it. Well, I'm starting to feel maybe I'm not so crazy after all. After seeing what happened with Finn Balor. And that's the first thing I want to talk about. What's going on, Mike Stanton? What's going on? I see you guys. Sleeping Angel, C-Town, Slayer. Good to see you guys. Pyoxy, PK, all you guys. Good stuff. I think between what happened with Finn Balor last night on getting double buried, and then this report coming out that Finn has asked for and been granted time off. Now, there's not a lot of detail with this report. It's another one of those anonymous sources that seem to know everything, but apparently it's not Finn being disgruntled. He just needs recharged. Now, I think that is letting Finn save grace. And here's what I think what actually happened. Call me crazy. Don't give a fuck. Here's what I think actually happened. I think Finn ruffled those Saudi Arabian money feathers. He rubbed them the wrong way. Maybe not with the first one where he technically broke a law in their country. Maybe they let that go. But when he retweeted WWE when they were saying happy birthday to other people and he took a dig at Saudi Arabia, I got a feeling that pissed them off. But WWE knows that they can't come down on Finn Balor for that. Not publicly. They can bury him in storyline, but they can't come down on him publicly because they cannot get into the gay fight. It's not going to work. They will lose 100%. Guaranteed. They will fucking lose. So they did the next best thing. I think Finn wanted to probably take some time anyway. I think that this kind of came at a perfect opportunity They needed to do something with Bray Wyatt's return. I think this kind of wraps it all up in a nice little bubble. Now, they could do whatever they want at this point. Finn losing the Samoa Joe in the way that he did, and then getting the anger and then getting over on Samoa Joe, only to be taken out by the Fiend, which we will be talking about in greater detail in a few minutes once we get into the actual flow of the review. But seeing that happen and then getting buried. Now, one of two things can happen. They can have Finn go off TV for a while right now, and I think that is probably not the worst idea. I don't think you have to sacrifice him up to Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam, which I believe is the other option. I think that's what WWE is probably going to do. They're going to sacrifice him up to Bray Wyatt here at SummerSlam, and I think it won't even be a very competitive match. I think it's going to be kind of what we saw last night. Finn, the hard luck, down on his luck Finn, I think that's more than likely what's going to happen. And then when Finn returns, he returns as the Demon. And you get your big pop for Survivor Series, or maybe even Royal Rumble. Maybe you let Finn chill out till Royal Rumble. Give him some extra time off. Let him get his shit together. You know, if he needs time off, whatever the case may be, give him a good run. And during that time, while he's resting, you friggin' put the rocket ship on Bray Wyatt. You let him run roughshod and then drop little Finn Balor things. I think you can do a Sting-esque type storyline here. The broken man, the broken Balor. I think you could do something here. And I think it all stems from that original. I think this is a punishment. I think there is some punishment here, but I don't think WWE actually wants to punish him because of the fact that he's such a good company man. He's such a great role model. He's so great with social media. He's just a great dude. And he's not even actually gay or anything. He just supports everything, which is exactly what you should do. But unfortunately, you also have to know the environment of which you are in, and when your company is in another country of which you are there as well, you got to use a little bit better judgment. I support Finn if he decided to fall on that sword because of his beliefs. More power to him. It's just these are the things that might come from it. So I don't know. It is what it is. Maybe there's nothing to it. Maybe a cigar is just a cigar and he's taking some time off because he needs to recharge. We'll see. I see Danny Girl in the chat. What's going on? Garth Osteen, good to see him. Mike Stanton, what's up, Dave? He also asked, is this call-in show? We'll be taking calls at the end of the show on Discord. You got to get into the Discord because I don't need the same troll calls all the time. Yeah. Hi, how you doing? I don't need the same troll calls all the time, so we streamlined it a little bit more with the Discord. It's a lot easier as well. Get to pull people up myself, talk to you, boot you, a lot easier, and I don't got to pay for it, which is very important. Not having to pay for Skype is a huge fucking sell. So, all right, that out of the way. Let's get into the actual review of Monday Night Raw, because believe it or not, I do actually believe that it is a reviewable show. It had some good moments. I saw some elements of change, and maybe I'm looking into Brock Lesnar just a little bit too much, but I'll tell you why I think this run might be a little bit different, and we'll get into some of the other stuff as well. But let's start right at the beginning of Monday Night Raw with the aforementioned Brock Lesnar, who looks just happy to be alive. Brock looks happy to be entertaining. He looks happy to be there. He looks happy to stomp people's asses and all that stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, it's nice to see that. And then, we got Paul Heyman, who gives the same type of speech, but a little bit more emboldened. I'm liking this. They're turning it up a little bit. They're getting turned up, as the kids say, and I'm digging it. I like the promo by Heyman. It did seem a little bit more the same, but I like that they also gave a wink and a nod to him being able to flex some power. He arranged for the match last night. That was clever. I enjoyed that. Didn't hate it. I also like the games that he's playing with the crowd. I think it's working out quite a bit. I think it's a lot of fun there as well, so that's pretty cool. Remember, Mike Stanton, end of the show, guys. End of the shows, I'll be taking the calls. Not now, end of the show. So we got all this stuff that happened there. They announced the 10-man match, which I think is a good thing. I question why Daniel Bryan was announced and then replaced. We're going to find out that answer tonight. Something else I definitely want to talk about with the Daniel Bryan situation, because who knows what he's going to announce. I love crazy Daniel Bryan. Did you watch his rant? It's amazing. Did you watch his rant? It's amazing. Oh my God, he's going crazy. And I love when they go crazy. It's absolutely amazing. DJ Shadars, what's going on? How you doing? I'm all right. I'm alive, man. I'm alive. Old school, man. Dave, man. Deathly Hallows was badass. Raw was fun. And I'm so fucking high right now. I support all those messages. And remember, if you guys want to see other hats, we got a whole copious wall of hats. Every time we get $3 in donations, we go ahead and change hats for you. That's what we do. All right. So, after all of that, we get right into the action. Of course, a 2 out of 3 falls match. Ricochet and the Usos. Oh, what did I just say? What was that? What did I say? Ricochet and the Usos? Oh, who sat here right in this very chair yesterday on this very show and told you guys that this was going to happen, that it was going to be the Usos, that would be, they're just going to throw the Usos with Ricochet. That's exactly what they did. Got it in there. Jesus Christ. A really boring match with the Revival and Robert Roode. Robert Roode also lost the porn stash, which I think is a crime against mustaches, and whoever made that decision needs to be dealt with, but I do prefer his Triple H look a little bit more. So good job there on Robert Roode. I have no idea what's going on with him. Do you think he regrets signing with WWE? I mean, granted, he wasn't doing shit in TNA. He really was, he's 40, all that type of stuff. You think he regrets joining? I mean, that run with NXT had to feel like something special. It really did. It just nothing's worked for him on the main roster. And I don't know. I think it's one of those things where the theme song was too good. Too good. And maybe Shinsuke fell from that a little bit as well. Too good. And people got too into it. I think that's very, very possible. All right, so the Ricochet and the Usos get the victory. The club comes out, which I absolutely love that. I love everything that the club is doing at the moment. I think it's going to be one of the hottest things going into the summer. It seems like they're going to let them be and just do what they do, which is pretty cool. I love the back and forth with everybody getting involved. The Revival, I'm wondering what they're doing with the Revival, still keeping them in it. Is this going to turn into a more multiple-man match? I have no idea. But still interesting nonetheless to see how it is transpiring. And then the spots were great. The forearm from AJ on to Ricochet going completely inside out. Loved that. Thought it was a really, really great way to get things going. By the way, anybody who's asking any questions in the chat, we are going to get to, especially the things that I'm seeing, Bray Wyatt stuff, we're going in order. I started the show with a little bit of Finn Balor talk, side stuff, but then we're going to be talking about all of it as we go in order. So just chill out, and I promise we will get to your questions, and anything that we don't get to, we'll get to at the end of the show, either by in the chat, or you can come in and talk to me on Discord. All right. I'm not even going to talk about the Viking Raiders. I'm not doing it. Screw it. I don't care. I'm not talking about the Viking Raiders. I don't care that they beat up 2 guys who weigh 195 pounds total. Screw that. They're fantastic athletes, and I really like them. I just hate that you're telling me that they can't beat up the Ascension, the friggin' Colognes. They can't beat up these tag teams. They can't pull up some of the tag teams that are actually tag teams down in NXT. You know, some stuff that's really not getting going. Just anybody. Let them beat up anybody, and not just ordinary people. I don't think that does anything for them. But hey, what do I know? Jesus Christ. It's how we got James Ellsworth, so what do I know? Oh, wait. James Ellsworth. So that didn't really do much to me. I enjoyed the segment with Drew McIntyre and Cedric Alexander. I like they went to the back and showed Drew get serious and then kind of lighthearted at the same time. I thought that was really cool. Cedric, man, seeing Cedric stand next to Drew McIntyre, wow. Cedric Alexander is one of the best athletes I've seen in so goddamn long. But Jesus Christ, is it terrifying to see him next to somebody who fits the standard prototypical mold of what a wrestler has always looked like. Jesus Christ, man. Scary. I was scared of what the match was going to do. The match was great. This is going to end poorly for Cedric Alexander. I have to figure it's going to end poorly for Cedric Alexander in the end. Mainly because I just can't believe that WWE is going to continue to misuse Drew McIntyre. I understand why you misused him the first time. I get why he cooled off the first time. You made the right decision in my book the first time. He went out and became a man. He grew hair on his chesticles. He's a man's as is. He's back. And what you're doing now is wasting one of the best complete packages in professional wrestling. Drew McIntyre's got the look. He's got the presence. He doesn't always have the voice, but it's there. That personality is there in spades, man. This dude is the complete package, and you're wasting him. And having, and I don't mean that as a knock to Cedric Alexander, who I love, and I'm glad that they're giving some TV time to. Cedric is too good to be sitting on the sidelines, and I think he proved that last night. He looked really good. He sold well to Drew. The moves that he hit on Drew looked like they would do some damage. There was nothing that made me go, oh, this is Rey Mysterio versus The Big Show. I'm completely out of my element. No, this made sense to me, and I love that Cedric was able to get a nice counter using the big man's size against him to get the victory. Good, smart match put together there. Thought it was one of the better things we saw in the entire night. Love that Cedric immediately retreated. Drew not even chasing because he just couldn't believe it. It was a true upset story. And this told me a couple of things. One, first off, the reaction tells me that even with as badly booked as Drew McIntyre has been, there's still enough there to salvage because there was a genuine reaction from the crowd when Cedric beat him. So that still is good news. And more importantly, this is an opportunity, like I said, not going to end well for Cedric Alexander towards the end of this. I feel this is a respect angle, Undertaker, Jeff Hardy type of deal. I think Drew's going to beat the fucking shit out of him. Is what I think. I think he's going to beat the ever-loving brakes off of him. I'm not sure what they're doing with Drew. I know Fake in the chat and other people have talked about Drew and Taker, but like Fake is said in the chat now, there's a lot of talk of that not happening. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'm not sure if they're going to go with Elias. I think we're going to find out tonight. I got a feeling Undertaker's going to show up on SmackDown, just call it a hunch, and he's going to get his vengeance on Elias, I believe. I think that's what we're going to see tonight. They're going to kind of want to keep the momentum going. They got the big show next week, the huge reunion show. They need a good gap bridger, and I think with Raw's decent show and SmackDown's potential to put on a really great show and have something like The Undertaker, show what he's going to do going into SummerSlam, I think they have a good opportunity there. So that's what I'm expecting to happen. And then if they do that, then yeah, they can just do Drew and Cedric and let Elias and Taker have their match. And I think that could work out, but it's going to be a huge swollen up card again, which I don't know how much I care about that, but we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. Time will tell. All right, so here's where the night kind of turned. Up to this point, there were some good moments, but nothing spectacular. I didn't hate anything up to this point either. I knew with Finn and Samoa Joe, things were going to get interesting. I still believe, like I said at the beginning of the show, that I think that there is some sort of punishment going behind scenes, or at least an agreed to hiatus or burial, mutual burial. I don't know. I think if anybody would get that regard, it would be someone like Finn Balor because he is so close with Triple H, or at least that's what we believe. It's interesting to see, the intensity being there for Balor, but he kind of looked broken in his own promo. He looked hollowed out. He looked tired, man. Maybe he really does need to recharge. And Samoa Joe goes fucking ham. I love crazy Samoa Joe. I love when Samoa Joe is so unhinged. He's frothing when he talks like he was at the beginning of that promo. And he's got the black eyes and shit from the night before. He just looks completely like methed out, coked out, roided out, and he's just going to go kill people on the Santa Monica Pier. That's what Samoa Joe looks like. And I fucking love it. It's amazing. It's so good. You're going to walk through me? You're going to walk through me? Oh, yeah. He went out and he handled business. He handled business. But then, I was like, okay, wait a second. All right, so Finn gets the burial here. But wait. He's coming back. Oh, look at him. Oh, shit, he's beating him up. Oh, shit. They're going to go something further. We're going to get Demon Finn at Survivor. Oh, what the hell? Oh, no. When those lights started flickering, everybody knew exactly what it was going to be. And it was. It was Bray Wyatt, or should I say the Fiend, which, let's look at the thumbnail made by Fake Ass Twat. Look, we all knew it was coming. Maybe it came a few weeks late, but Jesus, was it worth the wait or what? This might be, first and foremost, I just want to put this out there. I think this is the greatest mask in wrestling history. I would put this mask up there against all the big boys. I put it up against Mankind's mask, put it up against even the iconic Vader. This mask is absolutely incredible. It really is something special. I've never seen anything like it in a wrestling ring. The lighting, they really went hard and figured out how to light the mask properly. The lighting effects they had on the mask was really great. We knew that Finn was going to be sacrificed here in this moment, but I think with the things that we said at the beginning of the show, how this could work to a decent storyline if everything's okay between Finn Balor and WWE. You go ahead if Finn wants to go take the time right now, that's okay. That's a good exit for Finn, and then we don't have to acknowledge what happened. He can just return and make Bray Wyatt's life miserable after he's been running roughshod over the entire roster for, I would assume, the next few months. Finn can come be the savior. They don't have to do that, though. They can have him broken, loss after loss going in the SummerSlam, and then being decimated by Bray Wyatt, do the broken Finn thing. Bray continues to run over everybody, and then we start seeing little signs of the demon. Bring him back kind of like in a Sting manner. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. A broken man, a broken Balor, I think would be absolutely amazing. We're getting a little bit of pushback on the mask. Isaiah says Kane's first mask was the best. Great masks. Great mask. I love the first mask, the one that looked really blocky and very almost Art Deco inspired. Very cool mask. But this one's special, dude. This one's a completely different. I love it. It is terrifying. It's creepy. It's a really cool mask. And let's just put this out there. Bray Wyatt looks amazing. Somebody taught Bray what vegetables are, and he looks incredible. He looks scary. He looks imposing. This is exactly what Bray Wyatt needed. I still don't like that they just kind of dropped it for a couple of weeks. We didn't get any more of the Firefly Funhouse or anything like that. But I do like that we did get a follow-up somewhat necessarily close. I thought it was very cool. Bray's mask is based off the Joker from Death in the Family. See, you read the same articles I read. Yeah, one of the most famous mask producers, or mask makers, I should say, not producer, because it's not mass-produced shit. One of the best mask and horror creators in the world made this mask, and he's very proud of it. He is all over social media touting the mask and the puppets and everything that his studio did. It's fantastic work, man. It really is. It is fabulous work. I'm a horror guy. I loved it. I've worked in haunted houses in the past. I love that type of shit. I think it's really, really cool what they did. And this feels like an actual, step forward for Bray Wyatt. Where it goes from here, I don't know, but it's definitely a really strong start. And again, Finn is a good target. It just feels unfortunate. It really does. Best pop of the night from a very bad crowd. From a very bad crowd. The crowd did react for this, but man, they didn't react for much else. We're gonna get to it. I'm gonna dig into the crowd a little bit because I hate when crowds go into business for themselves, just like anybody else. It drives me fucking crazy, and it did last night. So moving on from there, we got the Drake Maverick situation with his wife, who is absolutely magnetic to look at, by the way. When Drake Maverick's wife is on TV, I can't look away. She is absolutely beautiful. Renee Michelle. Good name, too. Good wrestling name. I absolutely love it, man. I love that shit. She's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Radiant, even. But I hate this storyline. I hate why does everything got to be about people either being cucked or can't handle the pussy that they have right now? What is going on? It's just like learn of the word of the day that was cuck on their fucking word of the day toilet paper or some shit. What the fuck is going on? It's unbelievable. I don't dig the emasculation stuff. It just doesn't do anything for me. If Drake has that shit in real life, believe me, he's tamed it. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. I don't give a shit. Also, another negative from Raw, the Street Profits. I'm done with them. I'm done. Get them off Raw. Get them off Raw. Put them back to NXT. I like them. I really do, man. I like them so goddamn much. But here's what needs to happen. They need to learn how to talk. Montavious Porter really, or whatever his name is, I have no fucking idea at this point. He is an incredible athlete. He needs to learn how to fucking chill out. Here's what I want to see. I want those wonderful, incredible athletes. I want them to go back to NXT, and I would really love for WWE to reach out to Crime Time. JTG in particular, because that is one of the smartest wrestling minds out there writing right now. JTG, who I do have a follow from, by the way. It's my dude. And hopefully I might be able to get him on a show at some point, because he's incredibly well-spoken. He's smart about the wrestling industry. He really knows what he's talking about. Get him down there in NXT. If they can get Shad as well, even better. Sign him as a tag team or sign him as a trainer. They got to teach them how to rein this shit in. And this is why I say this. This is, Montez Ford. Yeah, I did. Montez Ford. It's close enough, fake. Leave me alone. And this is what I say this. Crime Time is probably one of the most racially insensitive gimmicks in the history of WWE, which is saying something. It's really saying something. And if you think about all the things that they did during that time, the things that it spawned with some of the words that Vince McMahon decided to use, with the infamous Shawn Michaels jive skit that they did, which is a direct ripoff from Airplane. Think about how fucked up some of the shit that they did, but they made it work. Because no matter what the stereotype was, Crime Time knew how to make it marketable to the audience, knew how to rein it in and not make it too crazy. Even when they were doing like the Home Shopping Network type stuff where they were stealing stuff and selling it, it was brilliant shit. It was really good with what they were doing, and it it didn't matter how fucked up the material was. You got to learn how to make it. And the problem is the Street Profits aren't doing that. The Street Profits are being a caricature of a stereotype. You could be a stereotype in WWE. You could be a stereotype in wrestling. You can't be a caricature, which is a big difference. You know, that's an over-embellishment of a stereotype, and I don't think it works in that situation. You could be an over-embellishment. There's not a problem with that, but you can't be an over-embellishment of a stereotype that I think is kind of outdated anyway. It's just a little bit of a problem. But I do think that there is something there. They're incredibly talented. They just need to learn how to bring it in a little bit. Just a little. Tiny bit. We go from there. Yeah, I spent more time on that than I wanted. But let's go right into another segment I fucking hated. Zack Ryder taking on Mike Kanellis. I actually enjoyed part of this. Let me rephrase just a little bit. Let me back up. I liked Maria saying, I'll go fight the motherfucker. I do. But again, I'm not a fan of the emasculation. However, I also hate Mike Kanellis. I also think Mike Kanellis is literally, I'm not kidding, in a world where James Ellsworth exists, Mike Kanellis, I believe, is the worst professional wrestler walking the planet. He is the absolute worst professional wrestler from top to bottom walking the planet Earth today. So I actually don't mind him being cucked. It makes sense to me because that strong, gorgeous fire cat of a woman, that Chicago-made woman, Maria Kanellis, by the way, is far too much for him, and it's the only way that would even work. It's the only way that it would even work is he'd have to be cucked out completely, and it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me, and Carl G's 100% right. WWE only signed Mike because he was just part of the package deal. They wanted Maria. They had to bring Mike. It's just kind of how it was, what it was. So I'm starting to feel like this cuck angle is actually a win for everybody. I get to see Mike fucking Bennett, one of my least favorite wrestlers in the world, get shit in his mouth every single night. I get to see Maria be that ultra heel that we got to see from her on the indies, get to see her be a big personality, working through the pregnancy and kind of making it a thing. I like the insanity, the instability. I'm just wondering where they're going. Are they going to go to like are they going to go as far to go as like postpartum? Like how far are they going to take this? That's my question. Because it's a slippery slope right now. This looks like it could go bad at any fucking time. Like in my head, I'm in a guy of extremes when I start thinking of crazy shit. So I started thinking about what if Maria started having sex with all the guys that Mike Bennett loses to? What if we just start seeing Maria leaving the locker room of all the guys that Mike Bennett, I'm calling him Mike Bennett, by the way, keeps losing to? That would be hilarious to me. Again, can't happen. Would be funny. It'd be a terrible angle, But God, would I laugh. And again, because it's Mike Bennett, I don't care. Oh, by the way, Zack Ryder won a match on Monday Night Raw. Let's give him a little bit of motherfucking love right there. Holy shit. Oh, by the way, this one's definitely getting demonetized. This episode's definitely getting demonetized. 100% sure of that. Zack Ryder getting a big victory. Woo, woo, woo. That makes a W. You know it. Big win for Zack Ryder over the Cuckingtons. The Kanellises, I should say. Okay. Horrible. It's horrible. The Club versus Lucha House Party. Really like this whole segment. Can't stand Lucha House Party, but I really love the Club. I like all the shenanigans. I like Ricochet coming down and getting involved. I like everybody kind of fighting it back and the match just continuing to go. Very high-octane match. Big guys working with little guys, which mainly is what it is when you're working with the Lucha guys. It worked well. It was a lot of fun. It was good shit. It really was. And I enjoyed it and the first... Even working with smaller guys, the Club looks really good in the victory, which is hard to do when you're working on... AJ Styles is small. He's like double the size of most of the guys from Lucha House Party. That's the type of crazy shit. That's the type of crazy shit that we be talking about. So, and it works. And it worked. It worked. All right, so where do we go from there? I'm looking through my notes. I apologize. Kind of going through the stuff that I don't care about here. Okay. The fans are assholes. Look, I'm not saying that the show in particular was a great show. I'm going to give Raw a pass. I'll give it a passing grade. 60% is a passing grade. I give it about a 65%. You know what I mean? That's about where I am. Maybe a little bit higher. Not a great show. However, the night, and more importantly, the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match with Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Naomi, and Natalya did not fucking deserve the disrespect the crowd gave him last night. That match was not that bad. I went back and watched it again because I was like, okay, that was a little slop and it was a little bit weird and some of the eliminations and all that. But, like, God, it was a long match. They give the women time. This is the problem. This was not a match to me where you have to speak out against the wrestling that's happening because it's atrocious and it's a problem. It was slow-paced because it was an elimination match. It was slow-paced. They were giving the women time. How many fucking years did all you goddamn hypocrites scream about the women? Now, you get with Mick Foley and you start fucking talking about women getting more time and all this type of shit, right? And then they do it. They give them more time. They're giving more segments, more angles to the women. And they put out a fairly fine match. Fairly fine match. And they shit on it. And the fans absolutely shit on it. And in just some disrespectful fucking ways, man. I typically don't... I don't really give a shit about what the crowd does because Isaiah says if you can't handle the crowd reaction, you don't belong in the wrestling business. You're 100% right. But there is a point that we're getting to where I think that we might be crossing some lines here and causing some serious problems, some ripple problems. Just because this fucking particular crowd has issues for whatever fucking reason, just because this is the East Coast crowd, they want to be the fucking star. This affects shit in the back. And I'm not saying that should necessarily always be hearkened to or always be addressed, but I do think in situations like this where the fans are really a fucking problem at this point, in some of the things that they're proposing and some of the things that the lengths that they're willing to go, it's just the hijacking of shows. I just don't dig it. I can't get into it. And if the match was bad, I'd be more inclined to say, let's let them know. But the match wasn't bad. The match wasn't bad. You know, and I get, again, it only appeals to a small demographic. Again, I get it. But it's to shit on them after the movements that happened, that so many people fucking supported, it just irritates me. It just once again shows that you're never going to win. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. So that's the thing. And you have to realize that. You're just not going to win at all. So it is what it is. Oh, guys, Lazazo, where's my money, you fat slob? Do you want $1 for your... You don't get anything. You get nothing. You loser. Good day. You get nothing. What are you? You're nothing. You're garbage. Get out of here. Get out of here. Where were you all the fucking months where I was blowing up with Keemstar and shit and all those interviews? Where were you, pieces of shit? You were nowhere. Who, you probably sucking Cronin's dick, you fuckers. Now you want to come back and talk about, oh, you use my dick on a thing. Oh, suck it. There you go. You could eat my balls, baby. All right. And there's your moment of autism for the night. All right, so the match itself, the Fatal 4-Way, completely fine match. Now, I hated the ending of it. Natalya winning makes no sense to me, but it is what it is. They're going to go ahead and give Natalya yet another opportunity to try and prove to everybody that she's not absolutely awful. And this time, she's going to be edgy. She's going to be edgy for no reason. For no reason. She's going to start calling Becky Lynch a bitch for absolutely no reason at all. But hey, we're going to go with it. All right, let's go into absolutely the weirdest shit. Oh, yeah, you're right, Zarist. I forgot. Yeah, it's Canada. You're right. It makes total sense. But again, that's totally fine. I don't think she's beating Becky, though. I don't think she's going to beat Becky. Let's calm down here. I don't know. I dug it, but again, it's like I'm kind of at the point where I'm indifferent to Natalya. Like, this is nothing there for me anymore. I'm like, okay, Natalya, I get it. I get you. I got it. All right, thank you. Goodbye. That's where I am. All right, so let's move on from there and go to the weirdest shit of the whole fucking night. The Miz doing a Miz TV, and Dolph Ziggler just comes in there and shits on him for absolutely no reason. He just comes out and just picks an absolute no reason fight with the Miz. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the Miz requested this. I don't know if Ziggler requested this. I don't know if they just really wanted to fight each other at SummerSlam. I don't know. But they're like, hey, Ziggler and the Miz are going to fight. And we know they've been friends for like ever. We know that Dolph Ziggler is frequently on the Miz's show, but fuck it. We're going to do it anyway. And Dolph's just going to keep repeating the same stuff no matter what the Miz says. And then he's going to just say the word wife, even though not saying anything about his wife. And the Miz is going to freak out. All right? Break. All right, fuck it. It'll be a decent match. They can do some interesting stuff with the build going forward. I don't know. It's just weird. It was just weird to me. All right, so we go from the weirdest thing to the worst thing of the night. Maybe you guys like the Drake Maverick hotel room thing. Maybe it was funny. Maybe I even giggled a little bit myself. I can't. I see so much more potential in the 24/7 title. I understand that it's comedic relief. I get that. I think that's great. I think it works and it's funny. But there's got to be something more. We need more substance to it. We need more matches. I'm just like, I'm done. And I love seeing Drake Maverick's wife, and I'm sure we're going to see her a lot more. They seem to love her. But I just, no bueno. No bueno. At least for me. Didn't do anything for me. It's just very strange. Finally, we get the 10-man Battle Royal. As Battle Royals go, this was a good Battle Royal. It was short. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too short. Had good spots. We got some good action. It was fun. The eliminations came, we had some good moments with Big E. Big E had some stellar moments throughout the match. A little bit of a false finish with Randy Orton looking like he was going to steal one from Seth Rollins. And then I got to say the very disappointing finish with Seth Rollins once again, getting back in position to take on Brock Lesnar. I just don't understand it. What was the point of everything if we're just going to go right back to Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? If WrestleMania had been a little bit more successful between those two, and I don't think there was anything wrong with the match, but I'm not clamoring for another rematch between these two. So I find it a little bit odd. I found it a little bit strange. I also seeing that Seth is just, I think he's starting to wane. I think his character is getting old. I also don't think being around Becky Lynch did him any favors at all. So I'm just trying to figure out what the end game is here. So either Brock beats Seth, completely negating all of Seth's growth over the past year and some change, or Seth beats Brock and Brock just goes away again. But here's why I think this time could be different. Because unlike the past runs of Brock Lesnar, where Brock would show up at the beginning of a show or the very end of the show, and that would be it, Brock came out multiple times. He came out a second time, and he sat for the entire main event. To me, I look at that as a very small sign that perhaps he is more engaged with this run. And if he's more engaged in this run, then maybe this is going to be a lot more fun of a situation. You know? Maybe this is going to be a lot more fun of a situation. Maybe they're going to be able to get him on every week and have multiple angles, multiple things. Maybe sometimes they'll get physical. Just have his presence. Do the Hogan shit from NWO. Show up with the belt, do your thing, beat someone up, and bounce. You don't got to do much more than that. That's it. Carl G, not much of the total clean slate you predicted. Not that I predicted, what other people were saying, what the Meltzers of the world have been predicting, that after that date, after Extreme Rules, they were supposedly getting a clean slate. I saw it in some regards. I didn't see a lot of forwarding of previous storylines. Even the Brock Lesnar one isn't a full-on continuation, since we did have a little bit of a gap there. I don't know. It is what it is. I think it's going to take time, obviously. I just told you what I thought was supposed to happen. Allegedly, they were getting a clean slate, whatever that means. Now we know. It don't mean shit. I don't know. Fake. It just seems so pointless. Why are we doing this again? I would have liked to have seen Brock and Bobby. Actually, no. Jesus Christ. Stop right there. Honey, baby, booby. No. No bueno. No bueno on the Bobby Lashley. All right, so that was it. Yeah, that was the whole shebang bang. I like Lesnar coming down to the ring as well after it and kind of going off Raw with that will they or won't they get it on type of vibe. I dug it, but that's about all I dug. I didn't dig a lot from this show. I do think there was a few moments of really good wrestling. I feel that there was a really good moment with Bray Wyatt. There is some stuff that I think worked, just not enough. I still am going to give Raw passing grade because I don't think that it was overly uproarious in the things that were bad. Just kind of perplexing. But again, they're taking some shots, definitely getting more edgy. The language at the beginning of the show, definitely a lot stronger. We're noticing some changes there. Is it going to be enough? I kind of like the fact that they're not throwing everything at the wall with all the changes immediately. That could be a little bit much for fans and everybody else to take in. So again, not a big hater. But now I'm going to turn it to you guys. The show really does essentially become your show from this point on. You can call in. You can ask your questions in the chat. You can call in on Discord. But the first thing I need from you is give me a rating for this show out of 10, please. What would you give Monday Night Raw? Me personally, I give it a 5.5, maybe bump it up to a 6, because I did say 60% earlier, because I do give it a pass. So in the percentage world, maybe we give it a 5.5. That is still above average, type grade. But in the percentages of schooling, I give it a D. I give it a D plus, maybe. Somewhere in that passable type, 5.5 to 6. I think we're kind of in the same realm. 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. It seems like everybody is kind of around there. Sleeping Angels, 4 or 5. Yeah, I think it's kind of right around that thing. Carl G, yeah, but you also think Sasha Banks has talent, so shows how stupid those opinions are. Good Lord, Carl G is an absolute fucking just meanie. Sasha Banks is not talentless. I'm sorry, man. She might be annoying and a pain in the ass and certainly overrated, but the woman can work. I'm sorry. Carl gives it a 6 out of 10. Anthony Ryan, 2 out of 10. Not impressed at all, Anthony Ryan. I see that. No, 5.5. And Zara's Gaming, 5 out of 5. You gave Raw 5 out of 5? That's quite strong work, sir. Quite strong work. All right, so now we turn it over to you guys. I am live in Discord. If you want to jump in and wait and call, that's great. If not, I'm just going to read some headlines in the dirt sheets, and I'm going to get the F out of here. I'm going to get the F out of here. There's no reason why these shows need to be overly long if there's not a whole lot of news. I want to give you a little bit of update at kind of how we're going to go. There's going to be some recorded stuff. When news breaks, there's no reason why I can't jump on, do a quick video, and put it out. So this channel is going to start getting some pre-made content as well to go with the live shows. I think we're going to keep it here at 2 p.m. I like that right around 2 p.m., 1:30, 2 p.m. I'm kind of digging this time slot. I like it. I think you guys are going to dig it too. I think it's going to work out quite well. Gives me time to go live on Twitch. I got to go run out again, unfortunately, so I don't know if I'm going to get to Twitch. I'm going to attempt to get there before the end of the evening. But lots of cool stuff happening with the channel, and I'm glad so many of you have decided to come back. I appreciate you guys and your support more than you will ever know. But I need more from you. I need you guys to let everybody know that we're back. I need you to tweet it out. I need you to hit that like button. I need you to comment after the shows. I need you to tell me what your favorite thing and your least favorite thing about Monday Night Raw is. Just take 5 minutes. Go leave a comment. Help me out. Let's rebuild this thing. And part of rebuilding it is looking like it's a good place to be. And that's where you guys come in. Help me make this thing what I know it can be and where we can take it. I'm one of the best voices in wrestling today, in my opinion. And you guys are some of the best people in wrestling because you're watching me. And that means you know what awesome is. So I trust your judgment now. You see how that works? Let's take it where it needs to go. I'm all in with you guys. I'm here. I'm going to be pushing it, and you guys are right there with me, so I appreciate you. If anybody wants to help out and get me stories, more stories means more shows. If you want to help out, I got a small wrestling team that I put together. Terry is kind of in charge of it, the de facto Snow Queen boss that she is. If you want to be a part of it, I just need you to post stories. They could be stuff off the dirt sheets. They could be stuff off Twitter. I don't care where you get the stories, as long as they work. If you want to be a part of it, let me know. DM me. I'll add you to the list, add you to the group, and we'll get all kinds of stuff in there. Sleeping Angels, Bailey botches more than Sasha. Oh, wait, that's your Queen Charlotte. Good Lord. Oh, no, don't say that. Charlotte is like Carl G's least favorite person in the whole world. He would sodomize her with a baseball bat. He's not a fan. Not a fan at all. All right. I think that's it. No one's in waiting to call. I think we can get up out of here. Yeah. Excuse me, I think that was Anthony Ryan. Yep. Wrestling fans are hypocrites. They say they want win, be given a chance, and then completely take over their matches. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. It really pisses me off. It grinded my gears. I hate the jerk-off wrestling fans that make everything about themselves. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about the wrestling. And until people get that, until they understand it, they're just going to be completely running around in circles, screaming about AEW, screaming about the next big thing. Worry about the things that are in front of you and try to find a way to make it palatable. It's not so bad. I don't know. All right. That's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys being here. Keep the conversation going in the chat and make sure you have a fantastic day. I kind of like the 30 to 45 minutes runtime of this show. Hopefully you guys do too. If there's anything you want to see improved, let me know. I'm here to service you. Let me service you. Don't you want me to service you? You need me to service you. Tell me to service you. Choke me, daddy. We're out. We'll see you next time. Keep it copious, folks. Remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Like Fake Ass Twat, who did a fantastic job on the graphics once again. We out of this bitch. Peace.